Freemason. It's like a confessional thing. Okay, I've been in the darkness, and now I'm going to step into the light. And, of course, Masonry is going to show you what this light is. What part of blasphemy isn't that? If you're a pastor and you have already, by the time you become a pastor, have no doubt publicly confessed your love and faith in the Most High or in His Son, Yahushua. But now they're claiming they've been in darkness. They've been in great darkness. They've been born again, and they're in great darkness, and now they're going to go and join Masonry and step into the light and learn about the light. And you know what they're stepping into is the light of Satan. The light of Freemasonry is Satan. He is worshipped as the god of light. And so when you just step back and look and try to figure in all the pieces of the puzzle, it always comes back to Freemasonry. I mean, Satan has this huge web weaved and woven and just everywhere around this entire earth. All these organizations, and I've seen it on a pyramid structure, how they have the Illuminati at the top, and then they have all these different organizations and groups under that. It's all just a huge web. And it's always Freemasonry is entwined with all of them. And I think it's this Freemasonry that is this mystery of iniquity spoken of in Revelation. I think it's this Masonry. I wouldn't be surprised. They had the sister to that, the Eastern Star, and I found one of their old books. I haven't started reading it yet. It's like a little tiny. It's a hardcover book, and it's only about 4 or 5 inches high, and maybe about 4 inches wide. But it's the first steps, the oaths that you take to get into the Eastern Star kind of thing. And so I was going to look at that. I'm not a real big fan of reading these oaths, and I tell people to be careful about that. Because someone's saying, look at this oath that you take to join this group. When you're reading that oath, aren't you kind of like saying it to yourself as you read it? So you have to be really careful about that. I started doing that at this one website, and I just had to stop and go, whoa, I'm not reading that oath. I'm sitting here saying it as I read it, and it's, ugh. So you have to be really careful about that. That's not like I really care. And we know they're Satanists. We know they worship God, Satan. Everything comes back to that. I'd rather get on to more of the interesting things, more of the mysteries of the kingdom of God that He has to reveal, because I'm always sitting at His feet and asking Him to reveal more and more and more of His mysteries to me. I'm like the pest that won't go away. And that's what I encourage all of you to be. Be truth pests. Okay, Lord, teach me the truth in all things, and pester Him every day. Because then He knows that you really want it. It's something that you really want, We always use the parable that He's our Father and we're His children. And you know how your own kids are. They're always bugging you for something. When they really want something, they bug you to death about it. Otherwise, they just see something on television, a commercial or something. Oh, I want that. And then the next day or two, you never hear about it again. You know that they didn't really want it because they don't come back to you and they don't keep asking for it. And that's how Yahushua and Yahweh are. Some people pronounce his name Yahweh, but I was asking him his pronunciation, and I can't even pronounce it. Yahweh. That's how you say his name. But they know when you really want something, as opposed to when you just hear something, it sounds good, and you ask for it one time, and you never ask for it again. And it's not that he's deaf. He's not deaf. But he wants to know where your heart is and how sincere you are in wanting what you're asking of him. I've talked before about praying amiss. And every time people pray to the Lord, they're just giving Him their abominable Christmas list. Oh, Lord, I need this, I want that, I want this, give me that. It's never, what can I do for you? I'm not going to sit here, Lord, and then tell you a million things I want and need, because you know of all of them. Just tell me what you want me to do for you. How many of you just really sit down and just have a really nice one-on-one with the Lord? Just let your hair down, talk to Him. He already knows what you want. He already knows you're going to fall asleep halfway through trying to talk to Him. I do it all the time. And it's no disrespect. It's just that I can talk for an hour to him. I mean, I just go on and on and on. And on. I just fall asleep, and I'll wake up, and I'll pick up where I left off. Sometimes I'll talk all night long to him. And he knows how we are. He knows how his kids are. If each parent knows how their kids are, and he knows how we are. And it takes a long time of relationship building with him before, you start to hear his voice and learning how to walk in him. And it's a process. Like I've always said, it's not just a instant thing. In 6 months or 9 months or a year, you'll wake up realizing, I can't believe how much I know now as compared to last year. And it's all because you just prayed and asked the Lord to reveal the truth in all things to you. And over time, He led you into these truths. I know one of the greatest things I've always wanted is that Enoch tour. He took you a tour, Enoch, on a tour of the universe. And I'm still waiting for that one. I ask for it all the time. Take me on a tour. I want to see what Enoch saw. I love Enoch. And if you haven't read the book of Enoch, folks, you need to read the book of Enoch. I have it at SherryShriner.com. Because he makes it very clear in the book of Enoch that at the end of the days, it is the unrighteous that will be removed from the earth. Yes, the unrighteous will be removed. And so many have taken the sleeping pill, and they're waiting for the rapture to come. And so they're not worried about famines and poisons and what our apostate president is doing because, we're going to be raptured from it. You can take America to the pit of hell. That's okay, we're going to be raptured before it gets really bad. That's what most people think. And folks, you're going to be here for a lot more than you bargained for. In fact, there's more under the souls under the altar, in the fifth seal judgment. They can't be counted. There's so many of them. And that's the church crowd of today. That's the majority of the church crowd today. I heard earlier from a friend this week that there's white trains in Virginia, these human auto carriers. And pictures of them at my website, the Watcher Files. I still have it at the Last Days Prophecies, but I lost that domain. But I might be at the Watcher Files now. Had picture of these trains, and I talked about them during my interview a couple weeks ago with Dr. Johnny Hayes. We talked about these white trains, these human carriers. And the interesting is, I've been hearing for a long time that these trains are running. I've just been hearing it from different people. Oh, I saw a white train running. Oh, I saw this, I saw that. And so when my friend in Virginia told me he'd seen them parked, not too far from his home. And then a week or so later, this week, he told me he saw a bunch of black cars parked on the side of this train, and what was SWAT-looking type men outside of these cars, getting back into them, and the trains were leaving. And so you have to wonder, who are they picking up? I asked him, was it full of people? And he didn't see them fill them with people, but he said all of the air-conditioned units inside the individual train, I don't know what you call them, trains, the units was on, indicating there was people in them. And so, it makes you wonder, who are they taking in these white trains? Because the big mouths are still here. And there's plenty of us they can be busy taking out, and they will be. Not time yet. One of the thoughts I had, what are the biggest tricks Satan has? And he does it through these Nordics, these humanoid aliens that, we want to help mankind. We want to be helpful. There are these Pleiadians and these Nordics. And they're very tall, and there's a lot of joint organizations